You always look happier when we meet outside the office. I always feel happier outside of the office. But you kind of look totally lit up today. I am. I think I am. What happened? HR boss called me in. Barbie boss was there too, and I thought, here we go. Another room, another process. The warning is over. Properly over. That's huge. And because it's over, HR boss can offer me the role, the neurodiversity role. Not possibly, not still being shaped, not let's see what the budget says in the next quarter of never a role. Outside big bad boss's team, away from him, away from little girl, ghost golden boy, doing work I actually care about. Sofee, I'll miss you though. But we can continue meeting up like this, outside of the office, away from the noise. Of course! In Soho, where rainbows light up the dark, big bad boss has left his mark. He has worn his crown too many a year, but in this darkness, I find rainbows here. Hot chocolate warmth and a matcha glow, one small table in dazzling Soho. I'm not being watched or weighed, I'm not another file being made. When I'm torn apart, you pull me close. Your kindness is in a diplomatic pose. You shine bright within his storm. You show compassion in its truest form. But I know my pain runs out the door. It's not just mine anymore. Starbucks, hot drinks, and worry shared. Going home with a smile because you cared. Hot chocolate, comfort, matcha latte glow. You lift me higher in London's dazzling Soho, yeah. Starbucks, where my stories pour. You listen, and I'm broken no more. I need to tell you something, and I don't want you to panic. I'm listening. I've had dark thoughts again lately. Not just sad, not just tired, dark. There have been moments where I didn't know how to keep going. Moments where I wanted to give up on life. Sofee, I know, that's why I haven't said it. Because once it's real in the room, people get frightened, or they look at you like you've become a liability. Like your pain is another file, another risk, another thing nobody knows what to do with. You're not a liability. I feel like one sometimes, but then this role appeared, and I know it's not a magic wand. I know one job cannot undo everything, but it gave me something I hadn't felt for ages. What? Hope, not glittery hope, not poster on a wall. Hope, real hope, a door opening somewhere down a corridor I thought was bricked up. Maybe I'm not just surviving this. Maybe there's a future in the mist. Maybe the parts they tried to disgrace, my honesty, intensity, pace, my autism, my spark, my care, my refusal to pretend that hurt is harmless. There before this, I was breaking inside. No air, no exit, nowhere to hide. Starbucks, hot drinks, and worry shared. Going home with a smile because you cared. Yeah, Starbucks, where my stories pour. You listen, and I'm breathing once more. And Barbie boss, I think I understand her more now. Or maybe I'm starting to. Before, I wanted her simple hero or villain, savior or betrayer. But maybe she's a person, a powerful person, a person who could have done more, maybe. But I don't think she's okay with what she's seen. You think she sees it? I think she does. And maybe she's trapped too, trapped inside seniority image process, having to look composed. They said something that made me realize they do see it. What if I want them to really do something about big bad boss? Formally, properly, I'd need to make a formal complaint, a grievance against him and the pattern. Good, good, it doesn't feel good. It feels like choosing war. Just as someone opened a door marked peace. They said they can't really stop him otherwise. Not properly, not formally, not in a way that holds. But do I need that now? The warning is over, the role is mine. I can leave his team, I can finally breathe. Maybe that's enough. Maybe escape is enough. For you? But what about the next one? The next one? The next autistic person, the next bright, direct, principled one, the next honest heart who doesn't know how quickly a room can turn and run. If there's no complaint, no record, no name, no pattern written, no finding, no frame, what stops him doing it all again? What stops him picking the next one then? The neurodiversity role could stop it. It could help a lot, but training won't investigate what happened. A new role won't make him accountable. Awareness won't automatically stop someone who knows exactly what they're doing. But it's a clean escape, a doormark piece, a chance for all this noise to cease. I survived 2 years of being watched, every email tracked, every feeling botched. Why would I walk straight back again into process proof? And please explain. I want to be happy, I want to be free. I want the role to be enough for me. Maybe once you're not under his hand, that's when you'll find the courage to stand. That's not fair. No, it isn't. It sounds like guilt. It's responsibility. That's guilt with better shoes. Let him be king of his Soho patch. Who got laughter he will never match, while Big Bad Boss rewrites truth into a pantomime. We're drinking foam hearts, having a lovely time, but under the jokes and the cinnamon steam I hear the echoes that quietly scream. I know everyone who loves you says it to you. I know they have for years. In kitchens, cars, and late night calls, through anger, helplessness, and tears. They say we love you, but we can't go in, we can't walk into that room. Stop the spin, I know it bruises them too. I see it in the silence after how are you? I see their faces learn my fear. I watch them hold what I bring near. I hate that all the pain he grew has reached my loved ones too. Then hear them now, not as blame, not as guilt, not as shame. Hear every friend who held your hand, every voice that said please stand. Not because you owe the world your pain, not because you must bleed again, but because the next person who sits where you once sat, wondering, is it me? Did I cause that? Take the role, take the light, take the peace you've earned tonight, but don't confuse escape with end, when harm can simply turn and bend. Taking the role doesn't mean you never name what you have seen. Cipher, because I'm not under him anymore, but I just wanna walk through that open door. I know, here's to friendship's guiding lights, rainbows in Soho's darkest nights. Heart and soul in a coffee cup, with every sip you lift me up. And now I know what pain can do, it bruises those who love me too. I hear them all, I understand. You're not alone, Sofee, but you must stand. I can't, I really can't. This is it for me.